Hello, my name is Rundgren, and this is Portfolio Content Creation's milestone 1 of week 1 of my chosen discipline of character modeling. Just thank you so much for the help you gave me with trying to figure out what I was supposed to do. It certainly has been kind of confusing, and I'm just very grateful for your help thus far, via email as well as through the vlog. I just wanted to get that out of the way first, because it is very confusing. Um, I have also tweaked with the rendering settings. They are slightly lower than they were before. I'm not going to do a different render of the things I already have because they're already good quality and there's no reason to make them lower quality. But here's the hair I have so far. This was fun but tricky to work on. I didn't quite follow the hair as much as I had hoped I would have been able to. Um, yeah, a lot more volume is definitely needed on this side. This side's kind of fine, a bit more volume over here. It's very messy and curly here. I was just trying to get the hair flows and whatnot. Um, this is my very first time working with hair, and it could have been a lot worse, but it probably could have been better too. Um, I think it came out for the most part alright. Let me try to get some more angles of the hair. But as for the what I'm supposed to do in Maya, I'm not entirely sure because I think if this is the same technique you're talking about, I think I've only seen it once. Um, if you don't mind, at least telling me the term for what I'm supposed to be doing in Maya, so that I can look it up on Linda or just YouTube, so I can get an idea. Also, should push back this hairline. Strangely enough, that one's pretty much where it should be, but this one does need to be pushed back, as well as just kind of increase the volume of the hair, I'd say. Just kind of make it a little more poofy, I suppose, because that's just kind of how it is. He's got very full hair, very curly too. But excluding the hair, I did do the UVs. Let me quickly show you them to show you what I did in Maya, because I actually did the UVs in Maya. Here they are. Now, something interesting that did happen. Let's see if I can find one. Um, but these are the UVs I have so far, and if there's anything you have to comment on them, please do. I will include the Maya scene with my turn-in, so that way you can look at the UVs in here, because in ZBrush they're kind of messed up for some reason or another. I'm not sure why. Whoops. It's as if a large portion of the edges are just kind of not there, as you can see. I'm not sure if I transferred it properly. I mean, it seems as if all the vertices are here. You can see that they're, even in these transaction or transition areas, they're still there. It's as if the edges themselves are missing. I'm not quite sure why this is happening, because if you look at the actual model, go back to where it was. I mean, everything's there. There's no holes. There's nothing. I mean, all the edges, or excuse me, all the faces are there. If there were no edges in some places, there would be holes, but I'm just not quite sure what's going on here. But it could just be me. It could be that I am, because what I did was I made it in Maya because I just find it easier to make UVs in Maya, and then I exported the new model with the UVs into ZBrush, and then I imported it in using the import tool. But I think that's how I'm supposed to do it. I may be missing a step though. So yeah, it's it's kind of confusing. So if I did do something wrong, if I messed up a step or something, please tell me. Or it could just be that it's not showing it, because like I said, the UVs apparently are not the UVs. Well, I guess those two, but the vertices are still there. So I'm just a little confused on that. But this is the map so far. Um, Sorry, I don't have a mouse on me right now. I made sure that none of the vertices were overlapping. Everything's all blue. But that's pretty much what I've done this week. Once again, a little bit of tweaking with the. I have not done any lighting things because I'm just doing this bit by bit. I did tweak with some of the settings, as well as did the UVs. If I also did the UVs wrong, as in if maybe I should have done a different way, or if I should have cut it a different way, excuse me. I cut it down the back, as well as cut this part off because it's not quite as important. That's probably maybe a edge or two lower, but roughly that area is where it just kind of stops being a model and just starts going back to being just a blob of clay. So that's kind of where I put it. Maybe I could redo the UVs and move down the edge where it's cut just a little bit more, but to my knowledge, it's fine. If any critiques would be appreciated on this. But also, a little quick question about the model that I'm supposed to be working on. Let me bring up. Yes, right here. Work on your approved animal. You can continue the model of PFP or start fresh. I'm because of the kind of issues we've been having with things going kind of wonky, as well as the fact that this is more based upon my own skill level and progression rather than just this is what you're supposed to be doing, sort of, just looking at the project and it tells you. It's more so based upon what you say. I'm curious to know if there's any requirements for the model I'm supposed to be making. Does it have to be an animal? Does it have to be realistic? Does it is can it be anything it's been copyrighted or anything? Kind of try working on something like that. I know you said that try to keep in mind the company if I have any what their choices are and stuff. One of the companies that I really want to work at is Blizzard, so a lot of the stuff I would like to do is kind of along the lines of what they have in a lot of their video games and whatnot. So it shouldn't be too bad. But I was just kind of curious about the requirements for this model. Also, remember you said working on a little speed sculpt as a side project would be kind of nice, and I do kind of want to work on little speed sculptures if I can. But overall, I've just been kind of thinking about some animals that could be kind of interesting, maybe some lizards or turtles, maybe another insect, because I did a driver ant for PFP before I started working on the bust. And that'd be kind of cool, or maybe just if copyright is allowed, maybe start working on something that's similar to what Blizzard has. If not, maybe one of their smaller characters, because I don't think I can get something complex done within that time, or a full body sculpt. I don't think I'll be able to do if it's like a person or something that complicated. But just a few questions about that. Just kind of curious. Any help with that is going to be very appreciated. Thank you so much once again for your critiques, as well as with your help with the excuse me, sorry, with your help with the demo reel, because that was very stressful and confusing, and it was just kind of all over the place. So thank you very much for that, and I hope that this has met your standards with what you were expecting from me.